Being right versus being surprised. We are the Pleiadean Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. In the proclamation that you make to the universe, you either open a door or you shut one. It is that simple. You can remain open to infinite possibilities, or you can narrow the field of possibilities out of a desire to be right and to predict how things will go in your reality. When you make a proclamation about how reality is, all you are doing is placing limitation upon it. If you were to make more requests and less proclamations, you would find that what you desired would find its way to you in magical and mysterious ways. You must let go of the desire to control if you want to experience what it is like to be fifth-dimensional and to choose from an infinite array of possibilities. If you were to make more statements of gratitude, thanks, and appreciation, and less proclamations, you would find that the universe has numerous unseen ways of granting you more access to what you desire. Anytime you feel the need to be right about something, or anytime you feel that you simply are right about something, check to see whether that rightness causes you to expand or contract. What if instead you sought out to experience something you've never experienced before, something you couldn't possibly have drawn any conclusion about? What if you could live without cause and effect, without being on a linear timeline, and without being able to predict what would come next? Would that surprise you and satisfy you, or would that scare you and cause an upheaval in your consciousness? We are just asking you to consider what the price is of being right and whether it serves you. We suggest that you take on the persona of the wide-eyed wanderer who is in search of magic, mystery, and the unknown. The unexplored territories of your consciousness far outweigh that which you feel certain about and that which can be replicated, and that unexplored space is beckoning you forth for new experiences. Working with beliefs. There are all kinds of ways that you can fool yourself into believing something is true. Now you can fool yourself by telling yourself that this thing has happened for someone else and therefore it is real for me. And depending upon whether it is something you want to happen or something you don't want to happen, that trick either serves you or does not. But there are many tricks. There are tricks that are being used on you to get you to believe things. Buy this car and you will be powerful and happy and the opposite sex will find you appealing. Those are tricks that are easy to fall for. So start by deciding for yourself what you want to believe in is true. And then ask yourself, how can I fool my own consciousness into fortifying that belief with evidence of what I want to believe? The belief that goes unexplored and unquestioned is becoming fortified by your complacency. The belief that you can deconstruct and look for the flaws and can easily be undone. Look for opportunities to become doctors and scientists who operate on and hypothesize about the beliefs that come across your awareness. And awareness always serves you. Being aware of your belief, being aware of where the belief comes from, and being aware that you get to decide whether that belief still serves you or not, are all ways in which awareness serves you. The easiest way for you to adopt a new belief, however, is to offer the vibration of the essence of the belief that you want to hold and fortify. Vibration, unlike a belief, is always built upon solid foundations, and there is no trickery involved. All you have to do is to activate it with intention, your focus, and your desire to do so. And when you do, you will find that the beliefs that you want to hold not only seem quite logical to you, but they also come bearing their own evidence of truth. The best laid plans. When there is a snag in your plans, you often become quite upset. You are certain that you had the right plan, and then something comes along and throws a monkey wrench in the whole system. That is a moment for you to get excited, because it is the unplanned event or circumstance that is truly remarkable. You cannot foresee what possibilities lie before you, and that is a very good thing. Most of you would choose the safest one. You would choose the timeline that gave you the results that you wanted, and you would miss out on an unforeseen. You would miss out on something that was actually going to satisfy you more, because it would not be that which you had planned to experience. So we are suggesting that you let go of control, and yet we are also telling you to become the creator beings that you've always intended to become. So how do these two things get together? When you create an experience and you focus upon the essence of the experience, you don't need the details to be precisely as you planned in order to have the essence of the experience. How many of you are wondering whether what you want to experience and what would ultimately be satisfying are ever the same thing? And yes, sometimes they are, but also like surprises. And you cannot know who you will be when you get to where you are going. You cannot predict your own expansion. But if your own expansion has the plan to begin with, you would have much less attached to the details, and then you could decide that you are going to have fun and enjoy the ride no matter what you are moving towards. You could throw your plans out the window and focus your energy on the inevitable expansion of who you are and how you would like that which you feel. So that is what we are recommending for all of you, because that is so much easier for you to navigate, and you might as well put that energy towards what is already occurring and your enjoyment of it. Diversity in unity consciousness. It is not time for you to march in unity. It is not time for you to act as one. It is time for you to express individuality. It is time for you to be different, to be unique. Just because you know that you are headed towards unity consciousness does that mean that you are all becoming the same. You are still powered by diversity, and you cannot change the fundamental differences that exist between each of the unique individuals that you are. Now, as you explore what unity means to you, you are unifying yourself. You are bringing all of your fragments and aspects together to create a whole version of you that operates as a cohesive unit. There is strength in the polarity and the dichotomy that exists within each and every one of you. You have depth. So even as the individuals that you are diverse. You are diverse within yourselves because you have lived so many lifetimes, and because you are made up of so many different pieces. As you begin to integrate all these different pieces and operate as a whole being, you ensure that you will live in a world that can do the same. The answer here is always love. Love is the answer to, how do I do it? You sustain love even when you are aware of your less than lovable aspects. When you believe in the truth of who you are as love, you can look anything that you have ever been right in the eye and feel nothing but love for self. Love will unify without homogenizing. Love will carry you into the next dimension as a whole being, where you can play with other whole beings, even if you disagree with one another. That's the type of unity that expands consciousness. The shift explained. In the processing of an emotion, there is a great deal of energy that is moved. That energy in motion creates a space. Within that space that you create, all possibilities are contained. You can bring forth whatever experience you want to bring forth. You can create whatever you want to create, and you can become whatever you want to become. That is the moment that you're all waiting for, and that is why so many of you are experiencing so many emotions at this time. You're creating space from which to create your reality. Your conscious creation of your reality follows quite nicely from your conscious processing of the emotion that gets triggered within you. So, of course, the world around you seems chaotic. You need events and circumstances to trigger emotions within you so that you can clear them and have the space from which to create something new. Your reality is meant to trigger you. You are not meant to fix the reality around you. You are not meant to get away from these emotions with your actions, with your thoughts, or with your words. You are meant to feel them. In the feeling of the emotion, you fulfill your mission, your purpose. Your purpose never was to change the world. Your purpose was to feel, to experience, and then to create. But the emotions are challenging. They are challenging you and asking you to rise up and meet them. Those of you who are willing are truly brave and are truly capable of creating the world you want to experience. What makes it even more challenging is that the courageous among you are also the sensitive ones. You who are sensitive understand the significance of the emotion, and so you'll be willing to feel. You are willing to process, and now you are stepping into the time where you will create. So if you find yourself experiencing intense emotions, rejoice, for you are making room to create a new world. And you, sensitive ones, are the leaders of that new world. Appreciating now, becoming more. We are saying to you that there is more, and we are asking you to accept what is. This is not an easy task that we place before you. We encourage you to be present, to accept and let yourself be where you are. And at the same time, we are telling you that you are evolving, you are becoming more expanded versions of yourself, and you are ascending. So there is much for you to look forward to. What we recommend is that you don't discount how far you've already come, that you don't ignore the beauty that is available to you in the present, and that you trust in the natural unfolding of events. In other words, it can be quite comforting to know that things are getting better, that life will continue to evolve on planet Earth, and that you are becoming the more expanded version of yourself that we have promised you are becoming. It can be comforting because there is plenty for you to look at and scratch your heads wondering, how did we get here? You are giving yourselves the opportunity now to take one last look at the third-dimensional way of interpreting reality. And all that we are asking for is that you not judge it as being wrong. All that we are asking is that you look for ways to appreciate and enjoy the present moment as it is. When you do, you can usher in the new with a sense of calm, a sense of trust, and in knowing that you are moving in the right direction. So we want to give you that comfort, but you must accept it. You must believe that everything is all right as it is, and that life on planet Earth is going to get easier. It's going to get more fun, and it's going to expand to include more of your friends. Your friends from outside of the solar system are coming to join you in your appreciation of life on planet Earth. They are not coming to save you from what is wrong. So when you fully embrace the world as it is, your lives as they are, and everything about yourselves that you can perceive, that is when the game will become so much more enjoyable, and that is when your friends can come and play with you out in the open. We are the Pleiadean High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all.